Hey, this is your girl, I am Felipe right here. And we're going to be going in to try pizza because I am a pizza person. So we're getting ready to go into Pizza Vendura Sincera to meet my man, Mr. David Smith, partnership with my man, 2 Chainz, and check it out, vegetarian, plant-based pizza. So come with me.
David Smith.
David Smith, right
Nice.
here in the heart of Moreland, right here. And
This
you know,
is
we
little
do really
Five
need,
Points.
we do need a pizza spot. We need pizza.
Boy, you know I'm in.
And this is New York Neapolitan style. It's the first in the Southeast that's all natural and plant-based. Because it didn't make sense to me. You say, oh, we're this ethical, health-forward, sustainable thing. And then use the worst, cheapest, factory, highly processed.
Wow.
labor. I can't put that sentence together in my head. So if we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Use either certified organic, non-GMO, kosher, or halal.
And that's
inputs.
very important because nowadays people looks at ingredients.
And they should.
Yeah.
They should. The big agriculture and big food processing are not doing us a favor. They're giving us cheap but unhealthful food. It doesn't really taste that great.
No, it really doesn't.
It's generally,
Yeah.
they throw enough sweetener or salt at it that you think it's tasty.
That's what it is.
And our view is develop flavor. So for example, the sauce on the pizza, no can, no bag, no bottle. You make sauce. You make it with plum tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, organic tomato paste, fresh aromatics, onion, garlic, fresh herbs. You got basil, flat leaf Italian parsley.
I can smell
dried
basil
herbs.
right now. I can
Oh yeah,
smell it, yeah.
absolutely. Make sauce. Make your salad dressings. Again, so
Amazing.
we like to do the ritual. The ritual is what happens when people have a box on the bar.
Okay.
And they open up the box,
Okay.
and they lean closer, allegedly to take a little closer look at it. But what happens is when they lean closer, it meets this, and it goes right to the prefrontal lobe.
Okay.
And there's this explosion that goes off. So they lean in closer, and they do this thing
Oh,
where their serotonin levels and their diaphragm rise in harmony.
I'm ready.
And then they declare that it is God's will to try slice right out of the oven.
I'm about to do it right now. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. That smells so wonderful. Here we go. I gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
First of all, and it's so thin and nice. Here we go.
We have dressings that don't have emulsifiers or stabilizers,
Wow.
don't have sweeteners like corn syrup in them, no coloring, no preservatives. Make dressings from scratch. It's not that difficult. That said, the Caesar dressing was really difficult. To make a Caesar dressing that has
Because a lot of people be putting fish.
Well, that's it. A Caesar dressing should ordinarily, historically, would have anchovies,
Right. The
egg,
anchovies.
Worcestershire, which has fish in it,
Okay.
and dairy parmesan. So we're doing it with none of those. So it's like smoke and mirror. But we were able to create a really good vegan Caesar dressing that has the right textures, appearance, and flavor. That people say, I like this every bit as much as traditional Caesar dressing.
Awesome.
And we also cheat. We make homemade, freshly baked garlic croutons, which hides the acids.
Did you say crouton?
Yeah. Yeah. We
I
make-
see right now, man, you're gonna be good friend, Dave.
Absolutely.
I love me some Dave right now. I love me some
Absolutely.
Dave. Very important because a lot of people nowadays are more worried about, the safety and the health of food, so what they're putting more in their bodies now.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
They should be.
Right.
Because as much as I'd love to say healthcare resources are always going to be available, there are changes going on in the current administration that is going to make healthcare less accessible to people than it's been in the past. And as a result, better prevention than restoration. If we preserve our health, we will, it's not to say we'll never need catastrophic health care, but maybe it's less often, or it's less severe.
I love Dave. I love you, Dave. Dave is making pizza to help heal the body.
Absolutely.
Now that's a good thing because
There you go.
I believe in healing the body.
Oh, I agree too. And we do fun stuff like this dessert. For spring, we have a spring cheesecake, and it's topped with apricot preserves, and on top, pine berries and organic strawberries.
Okay,
And
we
pine
went
berries
on.
are this crazy hybrid that looks like an albino strawberry that tastes like pineapple. These things that's covered with frosting and all that. No, fruit.
Oh, see, I was drooled.
You're allowed to drool. Drooling is good for you. Drooling and crying are like lubricants for the soul.
Oh my God. Y'all better cook back there. I'm smelling it back there. Oh, ew.
Are we good?
Oh,
Oh, word.
that was nice, wasn't it?
Yes.
So
So
now
I'm looking at this fruit here, like, see, cause I'm from Miami, so we're full of fruit. Like every
Oh,
house
absolutely.
if you go to Miami, every house have an orange tree, a lemon tree,
A lime
a
tree,
cerasee
yeah.
tree, a Chinese plum tree, mango trees, banana mangoes, watermelons. So at my hometown, we're nothing but fruit. Like my husband, we went there and first thing we saw was fruit. He went and immediately bought him some fruit. We went in the car and we started eating it right then and there. So to hear you say that about fruit, it is so important. And a lot of people don't eat fruit that much.
they think juice is fruit, and it's not the same. Better for juice than nothing, but juice sort of breaks down the cell structure of it, loses some of the nutrients, doesn't have the brightness and freshness of fresh fruit.
Wow.
So,
This is so divine.
look,
Just-
and this is fun. We
Now,
sold
this
out of
here,
this.
this-
we'll have
this-
it again tomorrow. This
so-
is spring pie version 3.0. It's a white pie that is topped with shallot and garlic grilled organic asparagus and roasted organic golden and ruby beets.
Okay,
When
we're
it
gonna have
comes
to come and
out,
try that.
Come back tomorrow. We'll have it again tomorrow, and we sprinkle some fresh tarragon over the top.
Okay,
So
yeah, we're
imagine
coming
you've been to a restaurant that has asparagus with béarnaise sauce on it.
Oh wow.
When the fresh tarragon hits the asparagus grilled, you could imagine it's almost like béarnaise sauce on it.
Wow.
Wow.
Spring special. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at this fruit here. Is it purple or?
Those are beets. Those are,
Those are beets?
ruby red beets.
And beets are good for you. They say.
Beets are they're a superfood. So we did golden and ruby beets.
So both of those are beets.
Yeah.
I never seen it the other color. Never seen it golden.
Oh yeah. And they have a slightly different taste. So what I think people have enjoyed about this, and the couple that just left had this pie, she said, I don't know how you did it, but each item had just the right texture. It wasn't like you put them all together and some things were undercooked, some things were overcooked. Each thing had actually been prepared separately and then brought together like all the instruments in a symphonic orchestra
Wow.
play their role, and they all had the right color and texture.
And it's so colorful.
Oh,
And that's
it is.
one thing about he and I. We love food that is very colorful. We do not look if it's dull. We're like,
Oh no, not it. Visual contrast is important, but textural contrast is, if everything's the same texture, it's like eating baby food. Textural contrast matters.
It
Visual
does. It
contrast.
really. You're absolutely right. It really does. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about it.
This is great.
Look,
I'm
telling you
delighted
now,
that you came
You're
here.
not going to eat my 3 slices. You're going to have your 3 slices. I'm going to have my 3 slices. We're going to eat this amazing pizza, and we're going to come back because I want to try what he just displayed right
right,
here.
yeah.
The spring special. The thing about what I love, the simplicity of it's not extravagant. It's just the simplicity because it's more about the food and the relationship, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And one thing I do tell. Okay. And Avizi, is that Avizi? And then Kavi. Oh,
I'll get you a glass, and I'll walk you through our 5-item Italian wine list.
awesome.
Finding a 5-item list is more difficult than 25 items.
Okay.
Because you have no margin for error. You can't have better, best, better, good. I only have one wine for each whole category. It's got to be a franchise player then.
Right. Okay.
So there we go.
All right, David. I'm telling you right now, this is something amazing, something that I've never done before. We tried different wines that I've never tried before, and I'm so glad that they picked the first one, 1928 Rosé. I want to know.
This is fun. This is our most surprising or misleading bottle of wine. People
Okay.
look at the hand-painted floral motif,
Which is beautiful.
which is beautiful, and they look at the hue of the wine, and in their head they've assumed it's sweet, somewhere between bubblegum and cotton candy, and it's not.
Really?
It's a dry rosé.
It's a dry. Okay.
So that it is savory food friendly, because if wine is too sweet, it makes savory food taste off, almost rancid. Imagine if middle C was all the way up here.
Okay.
None of the chords would sound right.
Okay.
It's like music.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I would describe this as being floral on the nose and just barely off dry on the palate, but not sweet.
Amazing. Smells nice.
It's lovely.
Very nice. Very light. Wow.
It's a great one.
Wow. That's nice. Especially on a good grade on the palate too.
Yeah.
And it's not what is that word? It's not bitter. It's
No,
like
it's not uncomfortably tart. I mean, it has enough natural
That's
acidity.
delicious.
It's a delicious wine. This wine just drinks really easily.
Oh my God, you can speak poetry with that wine.
Oh yeah.
That's poetry.
What do you think, Mac?
We're
Great.
gonna call a 1928
That's wonderful.
Rosé poetry wine. That's what we're gonna call that one.
That's wonderful.
What's the next one? Now,
The
what is
next
Avizi?
one is
This is dope.
I love that, Prosecco. And
Okay.
again, most people think of Prosecco's as a sweet wine, but this is a dry Prosecco that drinks more like champagne than like Prosecco. So it's really clean, bright, refreshing.
Oh wow! And did you see the smoke pop out? Wow! Okay, here we go. Oh, this smells.
Although it's sparkling, it's really different than each has its own personality and its own story to tell.
A pinch of a bite.
Yeah.
Not too hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
No.
I'm still stuck on 1928.
But I get it because in the South,
That's not bad.
there is sort of the neutral level of sweetness versus acidity is much sweeter than in other parts of the country. The Southern palate is a sweet palate.
Okay. Okay.
So it takes a while of drinking wine, and particularly drinking good wine, for that to get recalibrated to be a little less sweet, so that your range that you enjoy goes from being all the way up here to more here. It doesn't
Right.
have to go all the way down there.
I'm gonna be right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
also with time, the more good wine people drink, not only does it shift from being like soda pop sweet to being more neutral, but it also gets wider.
Oh wow.
So that the range of things you like will get wider, so that it gives you more tools to play with in terms of pairing with different foods.
Wow. Now let me tell you something. This is what you call learning about your wines because. First of all, I want to thank you for this experience because we've never done this experience before in wines, and I do love wines. You know. Never
The
tried.
more you experience, the more you can love.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So the next one is our only still white on the whole list. And it's from a part of Italy called the Piedmont, or the Piedmont region, which is in the furthest northwest, nearest to France and Switzerland. And from a district called Gavi, G-A-V-I.
Okay.
And I chose it because it's aged entirely in stainless steel, never sees the inside of an oak barrel. So it doesn't have that creamy, buttery, oaky thing. It's crisp, bright, refreshing. So if you're having cheese or other rich toppings, it's a much better counterbalance.
Better blend.
To cut through the richness of those things.
Why does this sound like, okay, I'm gonna make you laugh. Why does this sound like my favorite Disney movie, Ratatouille?
I get it. I get it.
With the robust
Yeah.
and the taste and the
There's
texture.
a language of flavors and aromas and textures and appearances.
Oh wow, this is crazy.
So this, I would say that this one is stone fruit on the nut. So when you breathe it in, you might pick up a little bit of nectarine and peach, but it's 100% Granny Smith apple and pie.
Oh, that's your favorite.
And you know that Granny Smith is my favorite. I used to eat apple, a Granny Smith apple before I do a performance. And because it's good for the phlegm and everything.
Yeah, well that's it. This cuts through any richness that's on your palate from your
Okay,
food.
I see what he said about that part on the nose. Very nice. Oh, wow. I don't know, 1928. Thank God we might have to place that, sweetheart. Oh, that is awesome. And it don't have a hard bite either.
No.
I
They're all
love the
good
smell.
wines.
That smell was, and I can
Better
still.
red window.
Uh-oh, it's
So
on
we
the
have
red.
two red is from part of Italy called Puglia, which is the stiletto heel at the Puglia, Puglia, and it's at the stiletto heel at the bottom of the boot of Italy. So we went from the furthest northwest to the furthest southeast. So basically we went from Seattle to South Beach. And this is 100% Primitivo grape. And it's what it sounds like, it's primitive. It's one of the oldest continuously used grapes for winemaking in the world. And this is a light to medium bodied red. It's easy to drink, no rough edges whatsoever.
Okay.
And it doesn't take itself that, it's playful. It doesn't take itself that seriously, but it's the most versatile wine on the list in that it goes with everything, every appetite, every salad, appetizer, pizza, dessert, plays nicely with everybody.
Is it sweet a little bit?
No, it's a little floral, but I wouldn't say sweet.
Okay.
And if you said, I'm having this one specific thing, I might recommend another one. But if you said, I'm at a table with a group of people, we're gonna have a variety of different things, what goes pretty well with everything, this is the flexible one.
Okay. I love David.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna have to say it. I love David Smith, and David Smith loves Felicia.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. Oh, it's pretty. Let's
It's
talk
pretty.
about this color. This color is
lovely
very
color.
gorgeous for one thing. Yeah, I smell
It's a
it.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Smell that. You gotta smell it. Smell it. Smell it. Smell it. Take a sip and then I'll take a smell it. Ooh. Do you smell that?
That's like the best Merlot I've ever tasted.
It drinks like a Merlot, it drinks like a Tempranillo from Spain. It's light,
It's light.
Smooth.
It's very light and smooth.
but so pleasant.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's not like the Merlot that we
That
would
it's
do.
out there. Yeah.
It's so bitter and
Yeah.
I know, like I don't want it anymore.
Right.
Good red wine is great, and bad red wine sucks.
Mm.
Oh my God. I'm so thankful.
Say that again.
Good red wine is great, and bad red wine sucks.
Right.
We need to put that on. You need to put that on the shirt.
There you, well, I get it. People go to the supermarket, or they go to Total Wine or wherever, and they, for $12 to $15, you can get a drinkable white wine. You can't do that with reds. For $12 to $15, you get something you shouldn't clean your bathtub out with.
Ooh.
It's a double. So you're spending $25 to $30 to get a drinkable red wine in the store.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you're buying, I understand people's reluctance to spend $28 plus tax and then not like it. So they revert to spending the $12, $15,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's why I'm
it won't
like-
be good. So the key is red
And I'm
wine.
so thankful you just don't know because I'm learning more about wines, how people learn more about jewelry. This is amazing. My palate, and the thing about my palate is it's ready for the next one.
Well, this was very intentional. The progression
Yes.
was not accidental.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know,
No, this is a progression of flavor.
amazing.
Every last one of them. This must be what is the,
This
is
is,
the, is the top.
probably the most sophisticated one we have.
He says sophisticated.
That's what it is.
So we went right back up to Seattle. This is also from Piedmont region, and this is a blend. Whereas this is all Primitivo grape. This is 85%.
Which is the Seattle South Beach.
Yeah.
See, I remember
This
because
is
I'm from Miami.
Seattle,
so-
South Beach, Seattle. So this is 85% Barbera de Alba, 15% Nebbiolo, and it's gorgeous. This is so smooth. So if this is light to medium body, this is squarely medium body.
Okay.
So the differences are more aromatics, more perceived weight on the palate, you feel it in your mouth more, and a much longer finish, which is to say after you swallow it, you continue to taste it longer.
Now, see, that's just like when you tasted some good food and it's right there in your mouth. Like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
And it's not because some of it's stuck between your molars.
Right.
I had to, believe me, I had to.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
This is truly
So
amazing.
this is gorgeous, so I'll encourage you to inhale it slowly.
Okay.
And then taste it slowly and allow it to move around because you have different receptors on different parts of your tongue. It tastes
You know,
sweet.
you got the science down.
Oh yeah, I studied this stuff, and I have a wine collection.
I freaking, I can't wait to go to Dave's house one day. And we're going to go to the wine cellar.
Cellar.
Beautiful color. This is another beautiful.
This one punches above its weight. This
I
is
see what you mean right now. I see. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Like I had to, whoa. I see what you mean. I see what you. Yes, I see what you mean on both sides. I see what you mean. Is I would have never in a million years ever would ever thought of that or know anything about it. And I'm still tasting it right now. That little bit that I
Long
said.
finish.
It's a long. It is literally.
It's like holding a note, and if you finally stop that note, people can still hear it hanging in the air.
Okay, so
That's what
watch
she
this.
does.
I'm about to be like. Ooh, I still taste it, and it's delicious. I would never would have said anything like that about Merlot wine and dark wine. This is divine, and I'm feeling it.
Yeah. This is the real deal.
That's the deal. Okay, I love you, but
This is
Yes.
the real deal, and this is a commitment.
oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
That's
baby,
real.
2 years committed.
Yeah, that's real.
That's commitment. That's a date. That's right. That's
Yep.
gonna get you
Yep.
into the commitment.
Yep.
This right here is
This is flirtation.
and it is flirty,
It is very flirty.
very flirty.
But each, you know, people said only 5 wines. I said, if I can't find 5 wines that each tell a completely different story, having 25 isn't going to help make it an interesting storytelling experience.
Wow.
And same thing with the pizzas. We have literally 5 pizzas plus some really cool specials. But if I can't tell a rich and interesting set of stories with 5 plus 1 or 2 specials,
Yeah.
having 25 pies that they make less consistently because they're always forgetting what goes on what or running out of an ingredient. I don't need 25. 5 superstars. I mean, this was, see, the roadmap to get to these 5
Start at
was
5.
3 tastings with 90 wines.
Really?
I did a total over the course of actually 5 tastings. Over the course of the 5 meetings with wine reps, tasted 90 wines to land on 5.
And
Because
these
they had
five.
to be Italian,
Yeah.
pizza friendly in their flavor
And they
characteristics,
are pizza friendly
Wow.
accessible and easy
and
to drink.
conversational friendly.
Yes, and affordable.
Yeah.
Very.
Because if you go
affordable.
to Italy, unless it's a pretty fancy restaurant, there's no wine list. You say red, pink, white, or fizzy, and you get it. It's all the same price. But these aren't jug wines. These are often smaller producers that don't spend as much on marketing, so what we pay is in the bottle, not in the magazine.
And I'm going to tell you right now, these are the dopest top 5 wine selections ever, all the way down to the Merlot. This right here is so spunky. It's so South Beach. You know, it's like I can feel the palm trees side by. Yeah, this is flirty. Like I will be getting flirty.
Yeah.
This
Oh yeah.
right here.
Absolutely.
This is sophisticated.
Yes. Agreed. Flirty, sophisticated.
Just oh my God, like
So fresh.
just so fresh. This is I want you,
Yes.
and this is I got you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Give it to me. Yes.
This is
I
great.
am a fan of every last one of these wines.
Thank you so much.
We
This
do.
is, you got to come here. I promise you, you will not be sorry. Your stomachs will be full of love and just everything. You got to get here to see it for yourself. We're coming here tomorrow. Boom. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. This is so delicious. I mean the texture, the take the natural sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
The basil.
Yeah.
A little
Plum
garlic.
tomatoes don't grow in cans. They grow on vines.
And I said I wanted to grow some tomatoes this year, and I'm gonna do them plum tomatoes. Oh my God! Okay, I gotta
And
do
if you
that.
leave them on the vine longer, they develop natural fruit sugars. Because tomatoes are fruit, that's it. But if you pick them early, just because it's easier to ship them all over the world and they're sturdier, they have no flavor. So what you do, you put corn syrup in it instead. No, use vine ripened tomatoes because they've had a chance to develop their own natural flavors without you having to augment the flavors.
This is so good. I'm still tasting this all the way in the back of my palate.
It's from a company in Canada, which sadly were fearful of the tariffs because that will change the economics of everything.
Right.
But when I was developing the concept of pizza verdura sincera, the product development process was 9 months long. So I researched about 70 different cheeses from all over the world and had 30 different vendors send in samples, which we took to the test kitchen. And we narrowed it down to 5 and then did focus groups with blind taste tests. We asked people to grade the cheeses on melting properties, browning properties, flavor, and elasticity or stretchiness. And once we had the winner, we went back to the test kitchen and played with cook time, temperature, how much cheese you put on the pie, and how you distributed the pie based on what other toppings would be on the pie to get the best outcome.
Oh my goodness, baby. I want the crust. This part. We're gonna be eating here tomorrow.
Thank you, Dave.
My pleasure. It has been a real delight.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I have to be honest. When I eat a pizza, and I love pizza, I would never expect to drink wine with pizza. It's always either a soft drink or some water or something like that. But now that I'm understanding the language of the combination of wine and pizza, how they go hand in hand, I see the difference now. It's a great conversational piece. People fall in love with wine and pizza.
Oh yeah. Big thing about it, people start by grouping pizza with fast, quick casual food.
Right.
As opposed to grouping it with Italian food. Wow. You would have wine with Italian food. This is Italian food. It just happens to be casual Italian food, but it's Italian food.
Baby.
And the pepperoni and sausage, considering that they're a plant-based product,
Yes.
mind blowing.
Yes.
And that is so important because a lot of people do not eat meat. But this is pig.
Yeah.
Man, baby.
People like the pepperoni considered on pork pepperoni doesn't have that.
Yes.
Wow, that's true.
Let me get one.
That's- Baby, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, you're not gonna.
Before you even put dressing on it, aromatic and flavorful greens.
See what I'm saying? This is important.
You can't even eat. You gotta like take your time and eat this.
Oh,
You really-
absolutely.
You can't
This
like
is
a
not
regular.
drive-through.
You have to, like,
This is not
yeah.
drive-through stuff.
This is like, yeah.
Yeah,
Tasty.
like, oh my goodness,
This is
like,
exclusive.
this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, I'm like, I'm still tasting it. Like, I'm still tasting it. Like, it's still good. Like, babe, it's all the way back here in my palate. It's like delicious. One of our brothers, shouts out to Timo Goody, he told us to come over here to check it out. And,
Oh, that was sweet.
from Goody Mom, and
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, their food is delicious. So
good.
when we were just recently over there across the way, they had something going on over there. So my husband was like, babe, we should go over here. I'm like, let's go. So we came over here.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago that 2 Chainz called me and said, David, I want to come by with a couple of friends. I've been telling them about the pizza there. They really want to try it. We want to get a little content. I thought he meant for Instagram posts for us.
Right.
No. It was The Alchemist and Larry June, and they got content for the video they've all been posting on social media for their new LP. EP. And there's a scene in it where they're all sitting right along that wall, and it was a foggy evening, and through the fogged over glass, you could see 2 Chainz. Wow. And I have to tell you, although they came in, I guess, to capture some content, they loved the food. They
Wow.
absolutely,
Because happy, for
and,
one thing.
and to their credit, you know, Larry June and The Alchemist are pretty significant figures in the music
Oh, yeah.
industry these days. Talked about thoughtful, grateful, polite, wonderful customers. If they weren't any of that, I'd be delighted that they would come in and be our customer. They couldn't have been nicer.
Well, you know, you got us as a customer.
Well, we're
Immediately.
thrilled.
Because just the love here, the learning more about wine, something that I think this world would like to learn more about,
Oh, yeah.
what you're putting in your body.
Absolutely.
And you're talking more about what helps people with health conditions, certain things that they eat. Try this.
Right.
Fall in love with this. I'm in love with it.
That's great. I'm delighted.
And my husband, we're not big meat eaters like fish. We don't do pork
Right.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
So for this to be plant-based, man.
I have to literally break up arguments over this part because there'll be people at the table saying, "Oh, pepperoni sausage, gotta be pork or beef product." And his friend saying, "Dude, you can't read the sign. It says pizza from plants." But when we did the product development, not only did we spend a great deal of time on the cheese, we spent a considerable amount of time on the alternative meat toppings to get the right texture, appearance, and flavor. Because sometimes we could get 2, but not all 3.
Right.
Or it had a weird aftertaste. So it took a while to find ones that not only were the right ones, but would also cook well at the temperature we cook the pizzas.
Wow.
So there's a fair amount of art, but there's a good amount of science.
Amazing. One day I would love for me to come and me and you do a pie, make a pie together. One day
Absolutely.
to do that, because I would love for the world to see how beautiful it is to make a plant-based pizza pie. Like, you can go long forever with a plant-based pizza pie than the regular ordinary pizza.
And we do other stuff too. I mean, the salads are great.
And I love
And we
salads.
do pastas. We did the pastas more in the winter time because people want something more in So we did a pasta primavera. Spring. It was all that. Yeah.
I love you, babe.
There we go. We even figured out, we cracked the code on Alfredo. 'Cause no
He's
eggs,
an
no
Alfredo
cream.
guy.
So we did a garlic grilled vegan chicken and shiitake mushroom fettuccine. They're good.
Wow, Dave, I promise you, this was so very unexpected, but this has been a blessing in itself, and I'm so appreciative, and we're gonna let each other know, hey man, you guys partner up with, this partnership is wonderful, because this need to be learned. I'm still stuck on about the different definitions of all of these top
It's
5
so
wines
different,
out of the
so
90
different,
wines
yeah.
that you tested.
Yep. And I will tell you that the dump bucket is your best friend or you'll get brain damage.
Okay, and I love the fact that you get a buzz, but you're not getting a buzz,
No.
but you're getting a nice
Well,
buzz where it's very
Yeah. I have, but, and it's, you know, it's funny. It's hard to know how much of it is the wine versus people just feel so relaxed.
Yeah.
Right.
So at ease. It could just be the environment. The
Yeah, it's not even the-
socialization,
yeah.
the food. It could be any of those factors.
Oh, this is dope.
Dave, you got to tell them, Dave. First of all, this is Dave Smith. Dave, I need you to tell everybody where to find you.
Here in the heart of Little Five Points at Pizza Verdura Sincera in the old Zestos location at Moreland and McClendon.
That's right.
And you can see outside on the retaining wall, we still have the old Zestos mural, which brings back just joyful memories for a lot of people in this community to say as a kid, this is as far as my mom and dad would let me ride my bike to get soft-serve ice cream or a burger because I couldn't cross Moreland Avenue.
That's true.
And we're not going to be serving the old Zestos menu, but we're serving up memories. It connects people. So a young artist came to us, a regular customer, and said, can I paint a mural for you? So instead of covering up the old Zestos mural, Armando created a new mural for us on the north side of the building that looks like very technical, representational Renaissance oil painting done entirely with spray paint. So with this contemporary urban technique with very Renaissance style art. So
And see, Dave, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be your friend.
you have to answer to Felipe. And
Listen.
you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. You learn new things, great things, go to different restaurants, learn about your food that you're eating and putting in your soul, and your food, your spirit, and all that good stuff. I am, do you get the, look, I'm telling you guys right now, this is so, I mean, David, I love you, David. I truly love you. God bless you. And I'm so excited about this whole entire everything and the storyline behind those skateboards there. It's amazing. So, and the beautiful thing about it is simplicity. It's all about you, piece of conversation, the vibe, the wines, the histories of the wines, trust me, and why these wines are so important to go well with any food that they serve you right here. We done had, I'm gonna close this up, baby. I'm gonna close that because, right wine, the right type of pizza, great conversation. Trust me when I tell you, right here. And say the name correctly so I won't mess it up. Let me say this right because it's Pizza Verdura Sincera.
You got it.
Dang, I'm good. I'm good.
You said the magic word, date. Our guest taught us what a date is. A date is when two people are intentional about having an intimate dining experience together. I would think it would be like a married couple or people dating. I've seen grandparents with one of their 5 or 6 grandkids giving them one-on-one time. Parents with kids, sisters and brothers, best friends, co-workers. It's not limited to romantic dates. Dates are when people put on the calendar that I'm going to be present over a meal with another person. Phones down, hearing what they're saying.
And I'm so serious about that. I'm so about phones now, conversating one-on-one. That's the thing that we all miss in this world. Dave, God, have to answer to me. And I'm serious. I'm serious about that. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down this road and back again. Your heart is true. You're my pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from we. And a card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Thank you both
Please, guys,
so
make
much.
sure you
That's what the
come
world
here.
needs.